Finally, the old bat is dying. Already changed the locks on her house, estate sale starts Monday. My sister Veronica's Facebook post appeared on my laptop screen at 9:23 a.m., complete with selfies of her posing in mom's bedroom wearing mom's jewelry. Mom set down her coffee cup with a sharp clink on my kitchen counter, leaning over my shoulder to read the flood of comments from Veronica's friends congratulating her on her inheritance, her perfectly healthy hands gripping my chair so tight her knuckles went white. The question wasn't whether to expose Veronica's lies, it was whether mom could control her rage long enough for us to document just how deep this betrayal went, especially since Veronica had somehow convinced half of Phoenix that mom was dying while mom had actually been hiding in my guest room for 3 weeks, very much alive and plotting revenge. My name is Margaret Foster, and I'm watching my family implode in real time on social media. I'm 42, a pediatric nurse at Phoenix Children's Hospital, divorced, with 2 kids in college. I've always been the responsible one, the reliable daughter who handled mom's doctor appointments, paid her bills when she forgot, picked up groceries every Sunday. Veronica, my younger sister at 38, was the golden child who could do no wrong, beautiful, charming, and utterly narcissistic. Mom, Dorothy Foster, is 68 and until a month ago, lived alone in her 4-bedroom house in Scottsdale, the one Dad left her when he died 10 years ago. It's worth about $800,000 now, with the market being what it is. Mom also has a healthy retirement account, some valuable antiques, and Dad's vintage car collection in the garage, 3 classic Mustangs he'd restored. Total estate value, probably close to $1.5 million. Veronica has been circling that money like a vulture for years. It started small. Veronica would borrow mom's credit cards for emergencies that turned out to be shopping sprees. She'd convince mom to co-sign loans that she'd never repay. She'd take family heirlooms from the house, claiming mom had promised them to her. Mom always forgave her, always made excuses. She's going through a hard time, mom would say when Veronica's 3rd marriage fell apart. She needs our support. But a month ago, everything changed. Mom had gone in for routine gallbladder surgery, outpatient, nothing serious. She was supposed to be home the same day. But Veronica saw an opportunity. While mom was under anesthesia, Veronica told the nurses she was taking mom home. Instead, she took mom to a different hospital, claiming mom had collapsed and was now comatose. She had a doctor friend, Dr. Marcus Webb, who owed her money from some shady business deal. He agreed to create false medical records showing mom had suffered a massive stroke during surgery and was now in an irreversible coma. Veronica then checked mom into a nursing home under this false diagnosis, drugging her to keep her semi-conscious whenever anyone visited. But mom's tougher than Veronica gave her credit for. 3 weeks ago, mom woke up fully, realized what was happening, and managed to call me from a borrowed phone. I drove to that hellhole of a nursing home at 2 a.m. and smuggled her out in a wheelchair, claiming I was taking her for emergency tests. We went straight to my house, and we've been planning our response ever since. Look at this comment, mom hissed, pointing at the screen. Your Aunt Patricia is offering to buy my mother's china set. That's been in our family for 4 generations. The comment read, Ronnie, so sorry about your mom. If you're selling her china collection, I'll give you $500 for it. Always loved those dishes. Veronica had replied, thanks Pat. It's yours. Mom would want it to stay in the family. Can you Venmo me? She's already selling my things, mom said, her voice shaking. I'm not even dead yet, and she's selling my mother's china. I scrolled through more posts. Veronica had been busy. Photos of her moving furniture, listing items for sale, even a realtor's coming soon sign in front of mom's house. The comments were a mix of condolences and bargain hunting. Everyone believed mom was dying. Mrs. Foster, so tragic. Veronica is so brave, handling everything alone. If you need help with the estate sale, I run an auction house. Your mom was such a sweet lady. At least she's not suffering. That last one made mom snap. Not suffering? I'm standing right here. Mom, we stick to the plan, I reminded her. We need more evidence. For 3 weeks, we'd been documenting everything. I'd hired a private investigator, James Morrison, a former FBI agent who specialized in elder abuse cases. He'd uncovered a goldmine of evidence. Veronica had been slowly poisoning mom with small doses of sedatives for months, making her seem confused and weak. She'd been intercepting mom's mail, stealing her social security checks, and had even applied for credit cards in mom's name. But the Facebook posts were new. This public declaration that mom was dying, this was Veronica getting desperate. The bills were piling up from her latest divorce, and she needed money fast. Look at this one, I said, scrolling to a post from yesterday. Veronica had posted a photo of herself at mom's house with the caption, spending mom's last days making sure her house is perfect for when she comes home. JK, she's never coming home, but I want to honor her memory by living here myself. It's what she would have wanted. The comments were disturbing. You're such a good daughter. Your mom is lucky to have you. When's the funeral? We want to pay our respects. Veronica had replied to that last one, no funeral. Mom wants to be cremated immediately. Too painful for formal goodbyes. Cremated immediately? Mom gasped. She's planning to kill me. I called James Morrison right away. He answered on the first ring. Margaret, I was about to call you. We have a problem. Veronica just filed paperwork to have your mother declared legally dead. How can she do that? Mom's not even in a coma. She has Dr. Webb's medical records stating your mother is brain dead and she has power of attorney. She's trying to expedite everything. If this goes through, she can access all your mother's accounts immediately. Mom grabbed the phone from me. Mr. Morrison, this is Dorothy Foster. Very much alive and very much pissed off. What do we do? There was a pause, then Morrison chuckled. Mrs. Foster, I'm glad you're feisty. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to let Veronica dig her hole a little deeper. I need 2 more days to coordinate with the district attorney's office. Can you stay hidden for 48 more hours? What? I've been dead for 3 weeks, Mom said dryly. What's 2 more days? After we hung up, Mom and I continued scrolling through Veronica's Facebook. She'd been posting multiple times a day, creating an elaborate fiction about Mom's final days. Photos of an empty hospital bed with captions like Mom's room. So hard to see her like this. Pictures of medical equipment she'd probably found on Google Images. Even a fake prayer request that had gotten over 500 reactions. She missed her calling, Mom muttered. Should have been a fiction writer. That afternoon, while Mom napped, being dead was exhausting, she said, I did my own investigation. I drove past Mom's house and saw Veronica's BMW in the driveway, along with a U-Haul truck. Through the window, I could see her directing movers, having them load Mom's furniture into the truck. I took photos and videos from my car, documenting everything. Then I saw something that made my blood boil. Veronica was wearing Mom's wedding dress. The one Mom had preserved for 45 years, hoping one of her grandchildren would wear it. Veronica was using it as a costume, posing for more Facebook photos. I called Morrison. She's stealing everything. Furniture, clothes, probably the jewelry too. Good, he said, which surprised me. Every item she takes is another count of theft. The wedding dress? That's grand larceny given its vintage value. Keep documenting. That evening, Veronica posted again, bittersweet day. Mom coded this afternoon. They brought her back, but the doctors say it's time to let her go. I'm signing the DNR papers tomorrow. Please pray for us. The comments poured in. People offering condolences, sharing memories of Mom, sending virtual flowers. Veronica was basking in the attention, replying to every comment with practiced grief. Thank you so much. Mom loved you too. Your prayers mean everything right now. She's ready to be with Dad again. That last one made Mom throw a pillow across the room. Your father would be horrified by what she's doing. The next morning, day 2 of our 48-hour wait, things escalated. Veronica went live on Facebook from what she claimed was Mom's hospital room. It was actually just a random room, the background was clearly a hotel, not a hospital. But she dressed in black, dabbed her eyes to make them red, and put on the performance of her life. Hi everyone, she sniffled into the camera. I wanted to thank you all for your support during this difficult time. Mom passed peacefully this morning at 6:47 a.m. She paused for dramatic effect, wiping away non-existent tears. Her last words were that she wanted me to have everything, to take care of the family legacy. She specifically said she didn't want Margaret, my sister, to get anything because Margaret never visited her. I nearly choked. Never visited? I saw Mom 3 times a week. The live video continued. I'm at the funeral home now, making arrangements. Mom wanted to be cremated immediately, no service. I know that's hard for everyone, but I want to respect her wishes. In lieu of flowers, you can Venmo me donations to help with the final expenses. Within minutes, the Venmo notifications started appearing on her phone. She was showing them on screen. $50 here, $100 there. People genuinely trying to help with funeral expenses for a woman who was sitting in my living room eating popcorn. Is that fraud? Mom asked. Multiple counts, I confirmed. She's soliciting money under false pretenses, wire fraud since it's electronic, and conspiracy with that doctor. She's looking at serious federal charges. Mom smiled grimly. Good. Veronica wasn't done. She posted photos of Mom's jewelry with the caption, Mom's precious collection. Each piece tells a story. I'll be selling most of it to cover medical bills, but keeping her engagement ring to remember her by. DM me if interested. The responses were immediate. People offering to buy rings, necklaces, brooches. Veronica was essentially running an estate sale on Facebook while Mom was still alive. She'd already lined up buyers for everything. That afternoon, Morrison called with an update. The DA is very interested. Dr. Webb cracked under pressure and admitted everything. He's cooperating fully in exchange for a lighter sentence. We have warrants ready. Tomorrow morning, we move. What's the plan? I asked. Veronica has scheduled a meeting at the probate court tomorrow at 10 a.m. to have your mother declared legally dead and the estate transferred immediately. Your mother needs to make an appearance. Mom grinned. With pleasure. That night, Veronica posted what she thought would be her final update about Mom. Tomorrow, I lay my beautiful mother to rest. By noon, she'll be at peace, cremated and scattered in her favorite garden. Thank you all for your love and support. I know Mom is watching from heaven, proud that I'm taking care of everything just as she wanted. The comments were overwhelming. Hundreds of people expressing condolences, sharing memories, offering support. Veronica had created a completely false narrative and an entire community had bought into it. She turned Mom's death into a social media event, complete with donation links, estate sale advertisements, and performative grief. Margaret, Mom said quietly, reading through the comments. Some of these people are my actual friends. They really think I'm dead. They'll know the truth tomorrow, I assured her. Your father and I were married for 35 years, Mom continued. We built our life together, raised you girls, saved every penny for that house. And Veronica's just selling it all. Like it means nothing. It means something to her, I said. About $1.5 million worth of something. Mom laughed bitterly. You know what the saddest part is? If she'd just asked for help, really asked, not demanded or manipulated, I would have helped her. I always did. But this? Poisoning me? Declaring me dead? This is unforgivable. The next morning, we got ready early. Mom dressed in her best suit, the bright red one Dad had loved. If I'm rising from the dead, she said, I'm doing it in style. Morrison met us at the courthouse with 2 FBI agents and 3 local police officers. The plan was simple: let Veronica enter the courtroom, let her start her presentation to the judge, then make our entrance. We waited in a room adjacent to the courtroom, watching through a window. At exactly 10 a.m., Veronica walked in, dressed in elaborate morning attire, black dress, black veil, even black gloves. She was accompanied by a lawyer who looked uncomfortable, probably because he knew something was off about the whole situation. Your Honor, Veronica began, her voice trembling with fake emotion. I'm here to request an expedited death certificate for my mother, Dorothy Foster. She passed away yesterday morning after a long battle with stroke-induced coma. I have all the medical documentation here. The judge, Judge Patricia Hernandez, reviewed the documents. Miss Foster, I see the death occurred just yesterday. It's unusual to request such immediate processing. Your Honor, my mother was very specific in her wishes. She wanted to be cremated immediately, no funeral, no delay. She hated the idea of people fussing over her. Plus, there are significant medical debts that need to be settled quickly. I see. And where's your sister? Margaret Foster is listed as next of kin along with you. Veronica's face twisted. Margaret abandoned our mother years ago. She never visited, never called. Mom specifically excluded her from everything. I have witnesses who can attest to that. That was Mom's cue. The door opened, and she walked in, head high, very much alive. The courtroom erupted. Veronica's lawyer actually gasped. The bailiff stepped forward, confused. Judge Hernandez's eyes widened. Hello, Your Honor, Mom said clearly. I'm Dorothy Foster, and I'm apparently supposed to be dead. Veronica's face went through about 15 different expressions in 3 seconds. Shock, confusion, fear, anger, and finally, desperate calculation. Mom, she exclaimed, rushing forward. Oh my God, there's been a terrible mistake. The hospital told me you were dead. This is a miracle. Sit down, Veronica, Mom said coldly. The only mistake was thinking you could get away with this. Morrison stepped forward. Your Honor, I'm James Morrison, private investigator, here with Agents Sullivan and Martinez from the FBI. We have evidence that Ms. Veronica Foster has been perpetrating elaborate fraud, including attempted murder, elder abuse, identity theft, and wire fraud. Judge Hernandez looked stunned. This is highly irregular. Someone explain what's happening. Now. I stood up. Your Honor, my sister has been slowly poisoning our mother for months, making her appear senile. 3 weeks ago, she had our mother secretly committed to a nursing home under false medical records, claiming she was comatose. She's been selling Mom's possessions, soliciting funeral donations, and attempting to steal her entire estate while Mom was very much alive. That's insane. Veronica shouted. Mom is confused. She has dementia. She doesn't know what she's saying. Mom pulled out her phone and connected it to the courtroom's display system. Morrison had arranged this beforehand. Suddenly, Veronica's Facebook posts appeared on the screen. Post after post about mom's death, the estate sale, the donation requests. Your Honor, Mom said calmly, my daughter posted these while I was hiding in Margaret's house. She announced my death to thousands of people, sold my belongings, and collected funeral donations. All while I was very much alive, drinking coffee and watching her crime spree on social media. The FBI agents moved toward Veronica. Ms. Foster, you're under arrest for conspiracy to commit murder, elder abuse, fraud, and theft. Veronica tried to run. She actually pushed past her lawyer and made a break for the door. But she was wearing 6-inch heels and that ridiculous veil. She made it about 10 feet before Agent Sullivan caught her. This is entrapment, she screamed as they handcuffed her. Mom is senile. She doesn't know what she's doing. Margaret poisoned her against me. Dr. Webb was brought in next, already in custody. He looked terrified. I'm cooperating fully, he said immediately. She blackmailed me. Said she'd expose my gambling debts if I didn't help. I never meant for anyone to get hurt. You prescribed enough sedatives to kill her, Morrison pointed out. She said it was just to keep her calm. I didn't know she was planning this. Judge Hernandez had seen enough. I'm ordering an immediate investigation. Ms. Veronica Foster is remanded into custody. Mrs. Dorothy Foster, are you safe? Do you need protection? I'm fine, Your Honor. I've been staying with my daughter Margaret. My real daughter, the one who actually cares if I'm alive or dead. As they led Veronica away, she kept screaming. You can't do this to me. I'm her daughter. I deserve that money. Mom, tell them. Tell them you promised me everything. Mom walked over to her. The only thing I'm giving you is what you deserve, a prison sentence. The aftermath was swift and brutal. The FBI found evidence that Veronica had been planning this for over a year. She had notebooks detailing her scheme, including a timeline for Mom's death and estate liquidation. She'd researched untraceable poisons, forged Mom's signature on dozens of documents, and had even looked into having Mom cremated without proper authorization. The Facebook fallout was immediate. Once the local news picked up the story, woman fakes mother's death for Facebook donations, Veronica's page exploded. All those sympathetic friends and relatives who'd sent money were furious. The comments went from condolences to condemnation in minutes. I sent you $200 for your mom's funeral, you psycho. I can't believe I felt sorry for you. Refund my donation now or I'm pressing charges. Within hours, #funeral fraud was trending locally. Veronica's mugshot was everywhere, mascara running down her face, that ridiculous black veil askew. Someone had screenshot all her posts about Mom's death and created a compilation video showing Mom very much alive at the courthouse. It went viral. Mom had to create her own Facebook post to let everyone know she was alive. Hello friends and family. Despite recent reports of my death, I'm very much alive. My daughter Veronica created an elaborate hoax for financial gain. I'm safe and staying with my daughter Margaret. To those who sent money thinking it was for my funeral, we're working with authorities to ensure you're refunded. Thank you for your concern, but please save your condolences for hopefully many years from now. Dorothy Foster, not dead. The post got over 10,000 shares. People were fascinated by the story of a woman faking her own mother's death on social media. News crews showed up at my house, wanting interviews. Mom declined most of them but did one with a local station to warn others about elder abuse. If someone you love suddenly seems confused or sick, ask questions, she said, looking directly into the camera. Don't just accept it. Predators can be anyone, even family. Especially family. Veronica's trial was a media circus. She was charged with attempted murder, elder abuse, fraud, identity theft, forgery, and about 15 other crimes. Dr. Webb testified against her in exchange for a plea deal. Every piece of evidence Morrison had gathered was presented: the poisoning, the fake medical records, the Facebook posts, the donation fraud. The prosecution even brought in people who'd bought Mom's belongings from Veronica's Facebook estate sale. One woman had purchased Mom's china set, the one that had been in our family for generations. She was horrified to learn she bought stolen goods from a woman who faked her mother's death. Veronica tried to claim insanity. Then she tried to blame Dr. Webb, saying he'd manipulated her. Then she claimed I'd set her up out of jealousy. None of it worked. The evidence was overwhelming. The judge's sentence was harsh but fair: 15 years in federal prison, with no possibility of early release for 5 years. She also had to pay full restitution to everyone she'd defrauded, including returning every item she'd sold and compensating Mom for pain and suffering. Your actions, the judge said during sentencing, represent the worst kind of betrayal. You didn't just steal money or possessions. You attempted to steal your mother's very existence, reducing her to a Facebook post and a Venmo donation. You turned her life into social media content for profit. This court has rarely seen such callous disregard for human dignity. Veronica cried, real tears this time. But it was too late for genuine emotion to matter. Mom moved back into her house after we had it professionally cleaned and restored. Everything Veronica had taken was returned, though some items were damaged. The wedding dress, surprisingly, was intact. Mom donated it to a museum, saying it had too many bad memories now. You know what's funny? Mom said one evening, as we sat on her porch watching the sunset. She could have had it all eventually. I was always going to leave her half of everything, despite how she treated me. But half wasn't enough for her. She wanted it all, and she wanted it now. Greed makes people stupid, I observed. No, Mom corrected. Greed makes people cruel. She wasn't stupid, that plan was elaborate. She was cruel. She was willing to kill me for money. 6 months later, life had returned to something like normal. Mom had joined a support group for elder abuse survivors, becoming an advocate for others. She'd even started dating a nice widower from her book club who made her laugh. I'd received a promotion at work, partly because the story had made me something of a local celebrity. The daughter who saved her mom from Facebook fraud was how people knew me. It was embarrassing but also opened doors to speak about elder abuse at conferences and hospitals. Veronica wrote me one letter from prison. It was full of accusations and blame, no real apology. She claimed I'd poisoned Mom against her, that I'd always been jealous, that I'd stolen her inheritance. At the very end, almost as an afterthought, she wrote, "Tell Mom I'm sorry she's not dead yet." I showed it to Mom, who read it once and threw it in the fireplace. She's still hoping I'll die so she can inherit from prison. Mom said with dark humor. Joke's on her. I've already rewritten my will. Everything goes to you and the grandkids, plus a large donation to the Elder Abuse Prevention Center. What about Veronica? Mom smiled. I'm leaving her $1. The lawyers say I have to leave her something to show I didn't forget her. $1 seems appropriate, that's about how much she valued my life. We watched the letter burn, the twisted words turning to ash. Outside, Mom's garden was blooming, the same garden where Veronica had claimed Mom's ashes would be scattered. The irony wasn't lost on either of us. You know what I learned from all this? Mom said. What's that? Social media isn't reality. Veronica created this whole false world online where I was dead and she was the grieving daughter. People believed it because it was on Facebook. But reality? Reality was me, alive, eating popcorn in your guest room while she posted about my funeral. She was right. Veronica had been so consumed with creating her online narrative that she'd forgotten about actual reality, the reality where Mom was a fighter, where I was paying attention, where crimes have consequences. The last time I checked, Veronica's Facebook page had been taken down, but screenshots lived forever on the internet. Someone had created a Wikipedia page about the case, calling it the Facebook funeral fraud. Veronica had wanted to be famous on social media. She got her wish, just not how she'd planned. Mom lived another 8 wonderful years after that, passing peacefully in her sleep at 76. We had a proper funeral, with real grief and real memories. No Facebook posts, no donation links, no estate sales. Just family and friends celebrating a life well lived and a woman who refused to be erased before her time. At the funeral, someone asked me if Veronica knew. She was still in prison, serving her sentence. I sent her a letter, I said. Just one line, Mom passed away peacefully yesterday. This time it's real. I never got a response. I didn't expect one. Some betrayals run too deep for words. And some people never learn that love isn't measured in dollars or possessions or Facebook likes. It's measured in presence, in truth, in the simple act of wanting someone to keep living rather than profiting from their death. Mom understood that. Veronica never did. And that, more than any prison sentence, was her real punishment. She'd traded her mother's love for money that was never hers, and ended up with neither.